One heart, one way, brothers and sisters. Apologies for that connection, ibile matata, brothers and sisters. But here, to continue where we left off, brothers and sisters, the first part of my message is that motho le motho o lane purpose mo lefatsheng. Now, on the second element that talks about the ability and the strength that God gives you. Now, I always say this, that as human beings, we are created in the image of God. And when God created a human being, so the body was there, and then he breathed. So to me, and my understanding, brothers and sisters, is that from the day we are born, we are given the ability and the strength to overcome whatever obstacles that comes our way. So we can doubt ourselves at any point, because of we are created by God and in His image. Therefore, whatever God brings or whatever trials comes our way, we are able to overcome, because we are strengthened by the power of God. We are strengthened for a mere fact that when we were born, that so that gives us power to overlook or to overcome any obstacles. Brothers and sisters, remember I said the first element is purpose, the second element is strength and ability. So God gives you enough strength and ability to overcome or to overcome your trials and tribulation. God gives you the strength and ability to enable you to accomplish your mission on this earth, to accomplish your purpose on this earth. So He won't put you in a situation that you can never overcome, because He's a God who never sets us for failure, but He's a God who always wants us to succeed, because He says, I know the plans I have for you, and it's for them for you to prosper. So it is not possible that He can plan for us to prosper and yet not give us the strength and the ability to prosper. So brothers and sisters, the second thing that we need to know is that God has enabled us. He has given us power, or He has given us strength and ability to overcome or to accomplish our mission on this earth, brothers and sisters. The third element, element ya weakness, brothers and sisters. With power and ability, there's always weakness. Now, the weakness in us, brothers and sisters, it becomes very important that you do not expose us to the people whom can be your enemies, or to the people who are your enemies, brothers and sisters. Now, with the story of Samson, again, we see him trusting Delilah with information that he has not told anybody, that only him knows where his strength lies. Now, that's what happens when people know your weakness. They tend to use that weakness against you. So your very weakness becomes your enemy. So we need to be careful, brothers and sisters, that we do not expose our weaknesses upon people whom we don't know their true intentions about our success. Now, people will never like it when you succeed. How but they are not happy when you succeed, because according to them, you are not supposed to be where you are. The glory and the grace that God has bestowed upon you, you are not deserving of that. Now, they will always try to find a thing that they can bring you down with. And in most cases, they come close to you. They become your friend. They become your best friend. And they take your weakness and use it against you. Now, it is very important, brothers and sisters, know your weakness. Know your fall shortings. Know so that even if somebody tries to use it against you. But you know that the strength and the ability that God gives you will always overcome your weakness. Motu brothers and sisters have strengths and weaknesses. And it is up to you as a human being or as a person, which angle do you lie on? Do you lie on your strength or do you lie on your weakness? But be careful that when you lie on your weakness, that people are going to use it to suppress you so that you cannot reach the success that God has planned for you. That is the third element, brothers and sisters, to say, be careful that your weakness does not become your enemy. Because sometimes the weakness plays with your mind that you are weak and you are powerless. Yet, like I've said earlier, we are given birthright, we are given birth strength. Now, same with me saying this, brothers and sisters, is that be careful of who you expose your weaknesses to. Because the very same weakness that you expose to other people can become your worst enemy, brothers and sisters. Now, a wolf can come in a sheepskin, not knowing exactly the true intentions of the person who says is your brother, the person who says is your sister, the person who says is your friend. Until the very same person is the person who is plotting your downfall, is the person who is trying to pull you down, brothers and sisters. We need to be careful of people who come into our lives, who pretend to love us, who pretend to care for us. But at the same time, they are looking for loopholes in our lives so that they can use it to bring us down. It is the very same thing that Delilah did. He found the weakness of Samson and he used it against him. And yet Samson believed and trusted Delilah. He is the woman in his life. Brothers and sisters, the very same people that we share affection with are the very same people who want to see us fall. We need to be careful, and that is where God and yourself come in. 40 days, brothers and sisters, we need to use it and say, please reveal these wolves who hide in the sheepskin so that we can be able to see their intentions. At this moment, brothers and sisters, like I've said when I started, our standpoint with God. And this is the time where you talk to him and say, now I've had people, and with these people in my life, I see nothing seems to come together. I don't see any light. Please open my eyes so that I can see those who say they love me, but yet they put a knife and stab me at the back. Kiona, the third element, brothers and sisters, out of the life of Samson, that let not your weakness become your enemy, brothers and sisters. The last element, now we've spoken about purpose, we've spoken about strength and ability, we have spoken about weaknesses that can become our worst enemy. But in all of that, in the midst of Samson's trouble, in the midst of him, his eyes being gushed out, in the midst of him having lost his power, he teaches us the last element, to never give up. Never ever give up. Giving up is never an option, brothers and sisters. You can never give up. Even if you never give up. Even if the darkness is overpowering your light, you never give up. Even if you are not aware of where you are, you don't know whether you're going left or right, back or front, but you never give up. You never give up. Because buka iri, miriri, ila mela hape. Now, kimo iring, the power never dies. Brothers and sisters, when the body is still alive, in this world, our strength is not dead because the body is still alive. Same applies with the soil and the tree and the roots. You can cut off a tree, but if you don't cut the roots out of the soil, that tree will grow again, brothers and sisters. So as long as you are still alive on this earth, dula o tseba hore ntate modimo le matla a hae a ka hare ho wena. Because remember, we are born with the strength. We are born with the power. It's in us. So there is no way that it can die if our bodies are still alive. Therefore, Samson teaches us to never give up. That the word says, Ola batla ho ema ka dipilara. Find your pillars. Find your pillars, brothers and sisters. Mokristo o mong dipilara tsa hae ke thapelo le tumelo. If you've got prayer and you've got faith, rest assured you can never give up, because giving up is never an option. Samson wa re bontsha ka bophelo ba hae hore you can never give up in the midst of all your troubles. Ke ka ho ha le ka hara temple a itshwareleditse ka lepilara o re oh ho Jehovah nkutlwe ke a rapela. That means when you feel that the burden is too much, you kneel down, you pray to God, and you say to him, oh God, please hear me, I pray. Please help me this one time. Help me so that I can overcome these obstacles. Because we are given power, brothers and sisters. We are given strength and ability to overcome our problems, brothers and sisters. So today, oh brother and sister, all I want us to understand, all I want us to know is that we have a purpose on this earth. And with that purpose, we are given strength and ability. And with our weaknesses, we should never expose it to people whom we don't know who's who in the den. And lastly, we should never give up. We should never give up. Ribonika Job, brothers and sisters, but instead he kept on praising and praying his God. So as long as you are alive, brothers and sisters, as long as God still gives you the breath of life every morning, giving up is never an option. As 2021 starts, we ought to understand that giving up is never an option. One thing that God never promised us as Christians is a life that is only filled with milk and honey. He never promised us that. But even that said, he has given us power to overcome all our struggles in this life, brothers and sisters. So, all in all, remember, you've got purpose. Ulani, you've got a purpose in this life. You've got strength. Make sure you never expose your weaknesses. And lastly, do not give up. Hokwala, brothers and sisters, to finish off, Kirata mantswe aka mo ba Hebrew chapter 13 verse 5 and 6. Ere, be content with what you have, because he will never leave you nor forsake you. And we can confidently say, no man, if God is our helper, then we cannot fear any man, brothers and sisters. Modimo ke mothusi wa rona. Modimo ke bophelo ba rona. Modimo phela ka hare ho rona. We are always told that our body is the temple of the Lord. Therefore, the Lord resides and stays within our body. Therefore, the power that comes with him is already in us, because we are the temple of the Lord. Brothers and sisters, Modimo a lo letsa hantle, Modimo a lo le matlafatsa, Modimo a lo le thusa dinthong tsohle tse le di kopang. Le ska lebala hore giving up is never an option. Samson o re bontshitse hore you cry unto the Lord, or oh Modimo nkutlwe ke a rapela, because our pillars is strength and faith. Those are the two things that eri emang ka tsona when we are in the journey that God has prepared for us. Modimo lo le etsa hantla le fe matla a le thuse, brothers and sisters, ka Kriste morena. Amen.